Welcome back. Well, did you know nearly 4 million adults and 25,000 kids in Texas struggle with arthritis, and many of them find relief through massage therapy. Joining us now to tell us about an event next week is Susan Carter, the CEO of the South Central region of the Arthritis Foundation. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, Dawn. I'm fine. Thank you.
Well, we're so glad you're here. Hey, listen, the weather's about to get a little bit colder.
That's right.
And for people who might have some aches and pains or some other inflammation going on in their body, otherwise known as arthritis, it can be a little difficult during the winter. And I thought we'd start by talking a little bit about what is arthritis.
Sure. Well, arthritis comes in several forms, and people don't know it's the leading cause of disability in our country. Over 50 million people suffer from arthritis. 300,000 of those are children. The majority of people are under the age of 65.
Because there's always that notion that it must be something that affects people who are maybe a little more mature.
That's right. That's exactly right. And that's not necessarily true. Arthritis it comes in various forms. Of course, there's osteoarthritis, which we're all very familiar with, which leads to oftentimes, you know, the cartilage in your joints, wear and tear on that, and then actually ends up with having to have joint replacements. And then there's the rheumatologic kind of arthritis, which actually deals with, it's an autoimmune disease and affects all of your joints systemically. So lots and lots of people suffer from it. Oftentimes they don't know it.
And you were talking about children, which I think is a really good point, because you and I were speaking about this a little bit during the break. You know, we hear a lot with kids that they may have growing pains.
Right.
Or, you know, something along those lines. And parents may be dismissive, but this is something they need to pay attention to.
That's right. And oftentimes, you know, people will just think it's, you know, typical growing pains. Or doctors will even say that, as will nurses. And you have to be persistent if your child continues to complain or cry. We have infants diagnosed as young as 4 and 5 months old. So, you know, they lay in their cribs and they can't talk yet. So you just have to be persistent, and you know, there are blood tests that they can have to see what their markers are.
Interesting. And so tell me a little bit about how massage can help people affected by arthritis.
Okay, so of course massage helps all of us because it increases our sense of well-being. But for people with arthritis, you know, if you think of your joint as a living organ, just like you do your heart and your brain, and you take care of it, massage is an excellent way to do that. It increases the blood flow to the joint, it manages your flexibility, it allows people who suffer from pain and chronic pain every minute of every day to find pain relief, to be able to sleep better. And then, of course, once again, you know, when you're living in chronic pain, it just gives you a sense of well-being. It's an incredible, incredible partnership that we have with Massage Envy.
And let's talk about that partnership, because next Wednesday they're doing something pretty special for you guys.
It's very special. It's called Healing Hands Day for arthritis, and it happens we have 34 clinics here in the Metroplex, but it happens all across the Metroplex. You just call, and for every massage and or facial, $10 of every massage and facial goes to benefit the Arthritis Foundation.
Now, you know, we all did this ALS Ice Challenge, which was great and raised tons of money. It was cold, though.
That's right.
And I got really wet. I'm all about going to get a massage for a good cause.
A good facial. That's right.
Well, I think that's really, and Massage Envy is so wonderful that they've partnered up with you all to do this. It's an easy way to raise funds. And where does the money go in your organization once it's raised to help folks out?
We literally take all the money that's raised and it goes into finding a cure, while we also work to ease the pain of people who are living with and suffering from arthritis.
And so, what are some signs people or symptoms people might be experiencing that might indicate that they should maybe have a chat with their doctor about arthritis?
Truthfully, it's just if you have consistent joint pain, or, you know, oftentimes you'll wake up and you just find that it's difficult to get out of bed, or you find that you gain mobility after you begin to move. It's all about movement. And as long as you can keep moving, it's kind of like what they say, you know, running water never freezes. As long as you keep moving, your joints are going to remain healthy, you know, and the more movement, you know, and it's counterintuitive because you think it hurts, I don't want to move, but you really need to get up and keep moving. But as you know, you'll notice that, and you'll notice swelling in your joints, and you'll notice stiffness, and it could be your neck, your back, any of your joints, and, you know, people don't know that they need to pay attention to that.
Wow, well, with a former athlete husband
Absolutely.
at home, and I know Massage Envy has some great memberships that you can get there. I might say, go ahead, honey, sign up for one. Go get some massages. They'll help with his arthritis because he is affected. But once again, this event is next Wednesday, and a $10 donation to the Arthritis Foundation will be donated for every 1 hour massage or facial. A great way to give back while getting a little treat for yourself. You can't go wrong with that. All right, thank you so much for that. Up next, their music has been described as a blend of somber, sultry, and a tad playful. And we'll hear what they have going on for us up next in our Troubadour Texas listening room. Stay tuned.